Federal High Court in Abuja resumed hearing on the terrorism-related charges brought against him by the federal government of Nigeria. Kanu, represented by a formidable legal team consisting of Kanu Agabi, Senior Advocate of Nigeria, Paul Erokoro, Senior Advocate of Nigeria, Emeka Etiaba, Senior Advocate of Nigeria, Menda Audu, Uchenna Njoko, Aloy Jimako, Pan Ijofo, PK Obi, Maxwell Opara, Chika Ode Emena, Mandela Umegborogu, Mary Francis Oje, and Emmanuel Agabi faced other round of courtroom battles as the prosecution introduced their third witness. Prosecution introduces Mr. CCC, a DSS officer, as witness. The prosecution called its third witness a Department of State Service DSS operative who chose to be identified as Mr. CCC, taking an oath as a Christian. Mr. CCC declared that he has served with the DSS for 7 years and is familiar with the defendant, whom he described as the founder and leader of IPOB, a terrorist organization, according to him. He testified that Kanu was also the creator of the Radio Biafra, which he claimed was controversial and was used to incite violence in Nigeria. And this is what he said. My first encounter with him was in 2015. I was part of the team assigned to interrogate him following his arrest. He was informed that the interview would be recorded and he agreed, said masked witness CCC. According to him, the video recorded interview was conducted on October 21st, 2015, while the written statement followed on October 23, 2015. These materials were presented in court and confirmed by the witness. Upon admission into evidence, the defense objected, stating that the statement was obtained under duress. And this is where everything started getting messy. Defense challenges statement, trial within trial ordered by Justice James Omotosho. For those of you who don't understand trial within trial, this is just a mini trial to confirm whether a party is telling lies, so that the judge will know the stand he is going to take while the main trial is going on. Now, the lead counsel Kanu Agabi, Senior Advocate of Nigeria, raised the issue of involuntariness. The presiding judge, Justice James Omotosho, subsequently ordered a trial within trial to determine the admissibility of the statement and whether it was obtained under coercion. During the preliminary examination, Paul Erokoro Sam read out Kanu's handwritten complaints according to the defendant. He was denied access to his lawyer. He was interrogated by someone named Mr. Brown, not CCC. He was allegedly threatened that if he didn't write a statement, his 1 hour airtime would be withdrawn. He was bleeding from the nose at the time, indicating physical distress. The prosecution countered, arguing that the claims were fabricated, asserting that Kanu was willing and happy during the interview. The DSS witness denies duress allegation in trial within trial. And this is where the lying came in. How can you lie in the presence of a judge when you have evidence that you're about to present that contradicts what you are saying? Now, a new DSS witness was called for a trial within trial. He testified. The defendant was informed his interview would be recorded and he agreed. He denied knowledge of anyone named Mr. Brown, stating that he conducted the interview alongside James Ibrahim and colleagues. Just stay with me. Cross-examination by the prosecution revealed the defendant never requested a lawyer during the section with the particular witness. The witness denied knowledge of solitary confinement or health issues. When asked whether he prompted the defendant to mention anything about former President Jonathan, he responded, "Not true, my lord." He insisted that Kanu's statement were voluntary. However, videos of 2015 DSS interrogation was played in the court. The court proceeds to watch several videos recordings of the DSS interrogating Nnamdi Kanu in 2015. In the videos, Kanu repeatedly voiced his concern, and this is what he said. "You people are the custodians of the law, yet you are the ones breaking the law. This is the third time I am making a statement without my lawyer," Kanu said. He further declared, "Even if you point gun at me, I will say the truth. You have denied me a lawyer. You are no longer law enforcement agents. You are law breakers." At this point, the judge shook his head. In another segment, when asked how he was feeling, Kanu replied, "I am not fine. and went on to explain the structure and aims of IPOB, stating no state was under compulsion to join. The judge noted Kanu's repeated insistence on legal representation and declared he would factor this into his ruling on whether the statement was made voluntarily. Cross-examination of DSS officer, question of credibility raised. During the cross-examination of the DSS witness, Paul Erokoro, senior advocate of Nigeria, grilled him on the failure to show interviewer faces in the videos, whether he used his real name during the interview, if DSS maintains underground cells, the defendant's appearance, noting he wore the same shirt in all recordings and was visibly excited when offered water. Whether Mr. Brown threatened Kanu, the witness denied all allegations, stating he did not know Mr. Brown and insisted that Kanu was not coerced. Nnamdi Kanu testified, "I was tortured and threatened." Taking the stand himself, Kanu testified emotionally. He was blindfolded and chained when moved from Lagos to Abuja by the DSS in 2015, and the video evidence was shown that he was blindfolded. He was interrogated and tortured in a dungeon with dim lighting. He suffered a nose bleeding, leaving a blood trail, prompting DSS to bring in a doctor. He claimed Mr. Brown threatened him, saying he had the power to jail him for life. He asserted the video recordings were heavily edited, with stress cut out. He was denied access to any lawyer until his transfer to Kuje prison in 2015. Prosecution cross-examines Kanu. Prosecutor said, "Was your detention approved by court?" Nnamdi Kanu said, "No, it wasn't." Prosecutor asked him again, "When you gave the DSS your lawyer's contact, did they invite them?" Nnamdi Kanu replied, "They never asked for my lawyer's contact." Court adjourns till tomorrow. After both parties concluded their submission and examinations in the trial within trial, the judge adjourned the proceedings to tomorrow, May 29, 2025 at 12 noon for continuation. Now, let us talk about what transpired in court today. You see,
DSS has finally denied that they are not the one that kidnapped Mazi Nnamdi Kanu from Kenya. If today is your first time of watching my video, coming across my video, kindly subscribe to this channel on your notifications and share this video. Share it massively, because sometimes when we talk, "Oh boy, keep your mouth shut, your mouth is smelling, your mouth is doing this, your mouth da 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 da." I have said it time without number, without fear of anybody. Former President Buhari need to be tried in the court of Nigeria, because Buhari and his boys have committed a lot of atrocity that he cannot go scot-free. Ignoring Buhari not to be tried and try Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is an error in the eyes of the world. Yes, of course. Buhari intentionally instructed his Fulani brother to kidnap Mazi Nnamdi Kanu from Kenya with the collaborations of Malami, who is the AGF. And that's why I'm coming here to tell Nigerians, Biafrans all over the world, that yes, of course, don't be surprised that these DSS are denying of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, how he was being brought to Nigeria. Yes, of course. Oh, many of you will come on me and say, "Oh, the way make it keep your mouth shut is the same institutions," and blah, blah, blah. Let's be realistic. Once this boss of DCSS has come out and told Nigeria, and that Nigerian security have failed the country, that they can no longer guarantee the security of the masses. As such, we should rise up and protect ourselves. If you judge this new DSS with this statement, you agree with me that to a large extent, this atrocity that has been committed to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, it is never his fault. Yes, of course. If it were to be the Fulani DSS that Buhari intentionally placed there to take his instructions, he will not come out and tell Nigerians to stand up and defend yourself. Don't forget, part of the evidence that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu legal team now are using to defend Mazi Nnamdi Kanu are word of this DSS, this new DSS boss, who came out and told Nigeria, "Rise up and defend yourself. Don't wait until these Fulani men who are ready to take over Nigeria by all means, who are ready to possess people's land." You can see the atrocity they are committing in Benue, in Plateau, come, they will chase community, they will take over the land. Yet the governor of Plateau State, oh, they are foreigners from Mali. They are coming to chase his people away. You will hear the CDS Musa, the chief of army force in Nigeria, will come out. Oh, the border of the north is too porous. These guys are coming from this different angle, different and that, to come and cause atrocity in Nigeria. Yes. I don't blame the DSS as much of holding Nnamdi Kanu for this long period of time. They are France all over the world. Blame the governors of the Southeast. Blame the leaders of the Southeast who allow Buhari to take this atrocity and they keep quiet. They never talk. What will you have expect somebody like Hope Uzodinma, who was intentionally be planted in Imo State, to carry out their instructions? Because up to today, the Supreme Court have not still explained to Nigeria. How will I explain it to my children when they are asking me why is the Supreme Court is partial in their judgment? Somebody who took 4 positions will later bring back to become #1 of a state. Now, do you now think that this kind of person will now have the audacity to challenge Buhari then? And say, oh, Buhari, the way you kidnap our sons, Nnamdi Kanu from care is unlawful. Nnamdi Kanu should be released. The question that everyone who is criticizing against Biafra, who is going after Samuel Ekpa now, who makes Samuel Ekpa relevant? It is the governor of the Southeast that makes Samuel Ekpa relevant. There is not anybody will tell me. Yes, today Samuel Ekpa here, Samuel Ekpa there, Samuel Ekpa. The governor of the Southeast makes Samuel Ekpa relevant. And that's why you can see the Biafran in the Southeast, they believe more Samuel Ekpa than the governors. Oh, some of you come here, what are you saying? How can you say they believe the Biafran believe the Samuel Ekpa more than the sitting governors of the state? Or there, before you ask me this question, ask yourself, where were the governor of the Southeast when Samuel Ekpa declares it at all every Monday in the Southeast? Could they stop it? As I speak to you, there is no school on Monday in the Southeast. Banks are not opening. Nothing is going on in the Southeast. Why? Because the governor refused to do their primary duty by telling Buhari then how Buhari kidnapped Nnamdi Kanu was unlawful. They keep mute because of their selfish interest. And a man from a far country from Finland and stand up and say, oh, since the governor of the land, you people cannot obey the laws that is governing Nigeria, that say, the court say release Nnamdi Kanu, you people refuse to do the needful. He declares it at home on Monday. And you can say, oh, many people say it's because of the fear. If they come out, they will fight people, they will do that. All these are stories. I watched the last time Soludo came on the national television. Oh, don't mind these agitators, they are using to raise funds. Samuel Ekpa is using to raise funds. This one is using to raise funds. But if you are doing the needful as a sitting governor of a state, the primary responsibility of every governor in Nigeria is to protect life and property. But reverse is the case. What we see today is the after. They have not even finished the first tenure, which most of them maneuver themselves on the people. Or they planted them by the Fulani Janjaweeds, planted them by these forces who feed the whole Nigeria. They are seeking for another tenure. Now, we are waiting for Justice Omotosho to do the needful. Don't forget that I keep saying it. The judgment of Nnamdi Kanu will determine the unity or no unity. As I speak to you, the unity is far more gone, because that's why I'm laughing at this collaboration. Oh, Peter Obi should go on the BA5 article. I accept it because of a truth. You will say the Igbos have relaxed a little bit. After all, Obi is not fighting for Biafra. Obi have never come out one day and tell you that he needs Biafra. Obi was the one that used his time to kill Masop then in Anambra. So even Obi become president today or vice president does not stop Biafra agitations. Obi will even go more harder on Biafrans than this what we are seeing. But the fact remains that it is high time the Igbos who feel they are still in Nigeria, they should also stand up and play this politics. What do I mean? That they should stand up and play the politics. For them that believe in this Nigeria, they stay in Nigeria. If you look at it, Igbos have been silenced over the years. Since 1967, Biafra have gone, the Biafra war. But Yakubu Gowon, who came from my regions, allowed the British to brainwash his brain. He allowed the British to manipulate his brain by forcing Biafra back. And they told Biafra then that no victor, no vanquish. That A should come, let's form our Nigeria. But the question you will ask yourself, since the Igbos came after the Biafra war, what is the benefit of the Igbos in Nigeria? No. One will assume that, oh, if you want the Igbos need to come, let's form alliance with Nigeria. After Obasanjo became the first president of democracy 8 years in Nigeria, as a Yoruba man, the southwest region. Now, power moved to the north, which he brought Yaradua to us. Head could not allow Yaradua to finish his tenure. He brought Jonathan was vice, and so Jonathan completed his tenure and used another 4 years. They went back and bring the north, which is Buhari, which I call Fulani president who have destroyed this country beyond reasonable repair today. Now, after Buhari disastrous 8 years, power is now coming back to the south. I think in a nutshell that Igbo will have been allowed to heal their wounds of what they faced during Biafra war. A situation whereby the APC and the PTP, they will mandate for their candidate to come from the southeast. But somebody came from nowhere and said, Emi Loko, it is my turn. And what happened? It is my turn. He grabbed the power whether by force or by crook. And today is the president of Nigeria. Now, to you that is saying, oh, Obi, don't go and do vice. Obi, don't betray the South. How has the South helped us in this government? The reason why many people vote for Obi or Bola Ahmed Tinubu in 2023 was because we want the power to come down to the South. Because Buhari showed us that Fulani holds the country. Where Fulani move from one region to another, they buy people, they do all sorts kind of things. Police can no longer arrest them. If they arrest them within a twinkling of an eye, they will call will come from above, they will release them. They were busy coming from all different parts of Africa countries to come and sojourn in Nigeria, to take over Nigeria. Now we feel that bringing Southern president will at least solve the situation for us. But today as we speak, the case, what is happening, what Fulani men are doing today is worst. Yes, of course, we will not exonerate, we will not put all the whole things on the Fulani, because as it is, even this atrocity we are talking about, Fulani men cannot go doing all this atrocity without the indigenes of every state. Poverty has also contributed to this nonsense that is happening. Yes, most of the indigenous, they are collaborating with the Fulani doing this havoc in every region in Nigeria. Now, to you that say, oh, Peter Obi, don't go and join. Have you forgotten that if Peter Obi want to run as a president against Bola Ahmed Tinubu in 2027, he cannot still win, no matter how the masses. Even if the North decided, oh, they will vote for Peter Obi, which I believe that most of them have been brainwashed by religion, they still see Peter Obi as infidel. They will not vote for Peter Obi. So any vote that we get from the South here cannot secure Peter Obi to be the president in 2027. Now, after 2027, if Obi failed to become president of Nigeria, power will then now move to the North for another 8 years. That means power will be coming back in year 2039.
President Buhari ruled Nigeria 2 years. Fake Buhari ruled Nigeria 6 years. And a dead man ruled Nigeria for 6 years. And I quote, from 2016, from 2015 to 2017 is 2 years. 2017 to 2023 is 6 years. When you add it together, I have 8 years. Then again, the bridge between the fight Buhari and leaving Buhari is what? How many? 8 years. Because the total years is now 8 years. 2 years for the pied Buhari, 6 years for the living Buhari. Buhari actually, we received the news from UK.com when it mattered most about his sickness that took him away for good 6 months out of, seat of authority, Aso Rock in Nigeria. We had a government then, a president then, a government then whose head was living in London Hospital, while Nigeria is just wasting under Yemi Ochibanjo because Yemi was not in charge. It was Abba Kyari the late Abba Kyari that was spied by COVID-19 was in charge. Then he could not come back home 2017. He died February, March 2017. UK.com edit. Mama Charlie, Queen Elizabeth observe silence. On social media, everybody watch it. Nnamdi Kanu edit. And if you ask me, that was the only scene of Nnamdi Kanu that even made the UK, the British, turn their back on him in his current travail he's going through. The original Buhari and the foreign Buhari.
Mr. Raf, thank you for having you on this channel this morning.
Yeah, good morning.
Viewers, in case if this is your first time of coming across our video, subscribe on your notification and drop your like on this channel. Yeah. Mr. Raf, shocking to us.
Good morning.
You are one of these people that used to talk about Nigeria to stop destroying our institutions.
Yes.
Instead of glorifying individuals.
Yeah.
Under Buhari regime, they destroy our institutions. After his 8 years, Buhari ran to his state in Katsina State. But I speak to you now, he escaped kidnapping and he ran to Kaduna Napo State.
They are going to succeed on kidnapping Buhari because it is only one that is with God Almighty that is majority. When you think that you have many armed men all around you to the tune of 1 million, when God is not with you, you are exposed to insecurity. What do I mean here? Buhari is trying to tell the whole world that he has all it takes to protect himself from an external attack or abduction. So I'm talking to you, Daura is in Kaduna State until Katsina State was created out of Kaduna. Katsina State was created out of Kaduna and the rest of the northern states. And now Daura, the hopefully or presumably home of Buhari, which many people think it is in Katsina. It's still in Kaduna State, and after much hard working to escape from Niger is ancestral town. When the junta took over the government, democratically elected regime of Niger, Buhari absconded into I think UK. From UK has come back to Niger, and the heat was over there because the kind of government they have in Niger right now, they could at least apprehend Buhari, get him arrested. Because you that rule Nigeria, what are you doing in Niger? It means you have a central home in Niger. You actually deceived the Nigerians, worked in their military for many years, ruled them for the first time in 1980s, and still come back in this new millennium. Become Nigerian president from 2015 to 2033. That's straight 8 years. And they still ran back to Niger. That was, that's a lots inclusion of, of deception and deceit by a man twice Nigerian president. Today is absconding from Katsina into Kaduna. Yes, to his original, according to him, maternal home or paternal home. Paternal home is it anyway. Let's just take it like that. To secure himself from banditry. Why are you running away from trouble that you caused by yourself? You think you are going to at least prevail on using your army of bandits to prevail on Jonathan. Now it has gotten after you. Why are you running away? When a man sets his house on fire, he began to shout, "Look at tiger coming. It is all over me, inferno of flame." He started shouting so that all his kinsmen could come out to assist him. Stop shouting of wolf. You are the one that invited the wolf that has actually eaten up all your sheep and animals. Where are you running to? Buhari has now absconded from Katsina into Kaduna State. The same Kaduna State that they use Fulani herdsmen, to annihilate, to decimate them in their large number. Every time incessant militia, Fulani militia attack on Kaduna people. Today, Kaduna is a safe haven for the same person that invited banditry and other insurgency into Nigeria in 2015 because he was thinking Jonathan will be crippled, Jonathan will be pied. Today, Jonathan is not pied, Jonathan is alive, living in Otueke, in Otueke, his Otueke community, while you that invited all these insurgents, you are on the run. Because why? Knock, knock, who is there? Is one of James Hadley Chase's, no, James Hadley Chase pieces.
Mr. Ram,
yes, he wrote
sorry for cutting you short. I want to cut you short here. I have one listening to your interview where you say Buhari, this one that is claiming to be Buhari, could be a fake Buhari. And you also said it now that Buhari ran away from Niger, maybe probably because of this military that are taking away Niger. Yeah. Maybe it might be arrested. What do you mean by that?
Yeah, what I mean by that is that they will question his true identity. They will question his maternal or paternal, at least, nationality, identity, sorry. So what I'm trying to say is that he's running about, absconding from Niger again into Nigeria. He had this reason, because actually if he stays there, the military junta will get him arrested.
Mr. Raf, do you think, if you said with all these things that Buhari is fake one, do you think people like Obasanjo, the rest of all these Nigerian politicians will discover these news and they keep quiet? Because when they happened during Yaradua, we know that they tried to cover Yaradua but Obasanjo stood up there and voiced out that Yaradua is dead. And that's why Yaradua was exposed.
And eventually nobody could actually stand up and told us then that Buhari was dead. Why? Because of their selfish gains. What is it that must have culminated to Anamochomole saying that if they remove him from the national chairman of APC, then he's going to tell the whole world who was at Asorok? What is it that would have at least orchestrated Abola Ahmed Tinubu making such statement that if so and so thing happened when he was about becoming Nigerian president, he was going to actually tell the whole world who was at Asorok? What actually motivated Rochas Okrocha to have made that statement